What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fantasy Addiction Network. Today we are talking the Miami Dolphins versus New York Jets matchup preview for Week 14. So the Vegas line for this game is 45.5. The implied point total is 26 for New York, 20 for Miami. So New York is somewhat heavily favored to win this game, but it's a divisional game and it's between two teams that are out of playoff contention, so anything can happen. Looking first at the New York side of the ball, I do expect Sam Darnold to have a really good game this week. He had a poor performance last week against Cincinnati, but I would look for him to rebound because Miami doesn't have a defense to speak of. From a running back perspective, something to note here, Le'Veon Bell is dealing with some kind of an illness, an undisclosed illness that we haven't been informed of what it is. It was originally not looking too worrisome, but now we have word on Friday that Adam Gase is saying that Lev Bell might not play, and if that happens, you might be wondering if you should be starting Ty Montgomery or maybe Bilal Powell. Most likely one of those running backs is going to end up having a good fantasy game, but we haven't really gotten any information from the way that Adam Gase has been calling or leading to running back snaps that we would really know whether Bilal Powell or Ty Montgomery is the better play. If I had to choose, I would probably play Bilal Powell, but I don't want to. If Lev Bell is out, I'm going to try to avoid this backfield, even though one of them will probably have a good game. It's just too up in the air to try to figure out who that's going to be. From a receiver standpoint, I would definitely play Robbie. I think he's a strong play this week. Robbie Anderson has been coming on the last couple weeks. I think this is another great week for him, and I think Jamison Crowder has a rebound week this week after not doing too well last week. I'm not looking to start DT unless you absolutely have to, but I think there's a lot better plays out there on the waiver wire. And then Ryan Griffin is also a good tight end play this week because Miami doesn't have a defense, so just play your Jets. I wouldn't start the New York Jets defense because Miami is basically always playing in garbage time and they've been putting up a lot of points. So I don't think the Jets defense is too good of a play this week, but if you absolutely have to, might turn out in your favor being that this game is in New York. From a Miami side of the ball, Fitzpatrick makes an interesting streaming conversation for you. New York has been decent against the quarterback the past couple weeks, but I'm still expecting a decent performance from Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's been on fire. Just know that he has a tremendously low floor, but also an incredibly high ceiling. So he's a risky play, but he could very easily reward you. I would probably start Ryan Fitzpatrick over Josh Allen, which might seem crazy, but it's just a good matchup, and Ryan Fitzpatrick has been really good. From a running back perspective, Kalen Balazs, thank God, is finally off the field, so maybe we'll finally see Patrick Laird get a shot at this, or maybe they'll use Myles Gaskin more, similar to if Lev Bell on the other side of the ball is not in the game. We're not really sure yet who's going to end up getting most of the benefit of the extra touches. So I would like to see how this one plays out on my bench versus in my lineup. But if you have to play someone, I would bank on Laird getting more of the play here. From a receiver perspective, you're starting Parker, and you're starting Parker. Devontae Parker has been one of the best fantasy assets in consistency from a wide receiver perspective, which wide receivers don't typically tend to be this consistent, and now he has 3 tremendous matchups going into the fantasy playoffs. So if you have him, he helped you get to the playoffs, continue to use him to carry you through the playoffs. No other receiver on the Dolphins that I'm looking at. And then from a tight end perspective, Mike Gesicki is an interesting play. I'm looking to pivot off of him if I can. The Jets are actually really good against the tight end, and unless Gesicki gets a touchdown, it's likely that you're disappointed that you started him. But if you have Gesicki and he's your only option, you could do worse. So play him, but just know that there's risk out there because the Jets do have a good defense against the tight end. And then from a defense perspective, well, they don't have a defense, so you're not starting them. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to like and subscribe, and check out my playlist for the rest of the Week 14 previews. Hope you guys have good luck in your playoffs, so we'll see you in the next video.